What's up, athletes? It's me, Coach Sam, and I'm here with your workout for Sunday, April 19th. Hope everybody had an amazing week and you're getting ready for the next one. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now today we have a nice warm-up. It starts with 3 minutes of either a run, bike, or row. Run, bike, or row. So if you don't have a rower or a bike at home, that's perfectly fine. Head on out for a run, minute and a half out and a minute and a half back. If you want to increase the intensity and really get that blood pumping, just go a little bit faster. Now, if you don't have the ability, just based on space, to either run, bike, or row, that's okay too. You can absolutely do jumping jacks, up downs, penguin taps, whatever the case may be. 3 minutes though, that's a long time. So if you have to take a little break or two in between those 3 minutes, that's perfectly fine. All right, so those 3 minutes are done. We're gonna move on. The rest of the warm up, 2 rounds. First things first, a 30-second side plank. You can start on your left and right, doesn't matter because you're going to be doing the other side too. All right, so make sure you have that clock going. For that side plank, I like to have my mat laid out. Hand underneath that shoulder, body in a straight line, 1 foot on top of the other. And hold. You want to increase that intensity, bring that hand up. Again, back down to the side if need to. If you have difficulty here, we can go down into the load side plank. That elbow is going to be underneath that shoulder, 1 foot on top of the other. Everything else remains the same. Nice straight line. Now, if this gets too challenging, you can always bring 1 foot back to kind of brace yourself here. 30 seconds. Once you're done, flip over. You're going to do 30 seconds on the other side. All right. So you've done a side plank on your right. You've done a side plank on your left. Next up, 10 up downs. Not the good old-fashioned kind. These are the half burpee kind. 10 up downs with 2 push-ups for each rep. What's that mean? Okay, so we're going to do the up down. Hands to the floor, feet go back. Once you're in that high plank position, you're going to do 2 push-ups. Here we go. Hands to the floor, feet go back. Chest to the deck, push up. Chest to the deck, push up. Hop up. That is 1 rep. You're doing 10. 10 reps. Now, if you have difficulty with the push-up, you can always modify that and do the push-up off your knees. We just want to make sure that you're still in a straight line from your shoulders, hips down to your knees. Okay? Everything remains the same. Keep everything nice and tight. Squeeze those abs, those quads, and those glutes. Awesome. So you're doing 10. Once you're done, you have 10 alternating dead bugs. 10 alternating dead bugs. I always love these. I always get a kick out of seeing people do them. Now don't be deceived. They are a challenging movement for the warm-up. So we're going to lie on our back. We're going to bring our knees up over our hips. We want our shins, legs to be here in about a 45-degree angle, and our arms are going to be extended over our chest. Here we go. Alternating leg, alternating arm. That is 1 rep. That is 2. 3. You guys get the picture. We are doing 10. Take your time during this movement and really make sure you're focusing on keeping everything where it's supposed to be. All right, 10 reps. Now that's 1 round of the warm-up. You're doing all of that again. A 30-second side plank, left, right. Then you have the 10 up downs with the 2 push-ups. Don't forget those. And finally, the 10 alternating dead bugs. All right, once you finish that second round, you are good for the warm-up. Now the workout today, it is a good one. It's a little bit longer though. It's a 21-minute EMOM. 21-minute EMOM. Every minute on the minute, you're going to be doing 1 of 3 different movements. So there's 7 rounds. Okay, the first movement, minute number 1, maximum up downs. How many up downs can you do in that 1 minute? We just did them for the warm-up. This time we're taking the push-up out. Hands to the floor, feet go back. Do your best to land flat-footed. We don't want to roll an ankle. And then you want to make sure you stand all the way up, guys, bringing your hips to the front. Back down. Stand all the way up. You're doing as many as you can in a minute. Now, here's the thing about the up-downs. Well, all of the movements for the EMOM. Since there is no built-in transition time to get to the next movement, you have to determine how long you're going to work on each movement. So I recommend about 50 seconds. That's 50 seconds. That way you get about 10 seconds to catch your breath, move on, set up for the next movement. All right, so the next one is the single arm backpack suitcase deadlift. Single arm backpack suitcase deadlift. Now, ideally you would have a kettlebell at home and you would do this with the kettlebell. I'll show you a few modifications. So, here we have the kettlebell. You guys have done a deadlift before, maybe with the kettlebell, possibly with a dumbbell. Sometimes people go with the kettlebell or dumbbell between their feet. What we want to do, this is a suitcase style, so we are going on the side. So, like a deadlift, it's a hinging movement, don't forget. We want to unlock those knees. We're going to push our hips back into that hinge. Very important that you keep that back flat. Squeeze those shoulder blades. All right, we're not squatting, we're hinging. So you're going to hinge, stand, hinge, stand, hinge, and stand. Now, if you find yourself rounding your back, squeeze those shoulder blades, pop that chest out. Now here's another important thing. Keep those shoulders square. You don't want to be rotating. Okay? Keep the shoulders and the hips square. It's going to make things a lot better for you. Okay, so you're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. Now, if you don't have a kettlebell at home, that is okay. If you have a dumbbell, you can absolutely use the dumbbell as well. Here's the thing though, guys. Because of the size of the dumbbell, it may be difficult to go all the way down to the floor without rounding that back. So, if you're unable to do that, what I want you to do is go as low as you can, keeping everything nice and square. Everything's exactly the same. As low as you can without rounding your back. Okay? If you're able to go all the way to the floor, again, keeping those shoulders and hips square, do that and stand. All right, guys, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Now, let's say you don't have a kettlebell, you don't have a dumbbell. No problem. Get creative. Find something around the house, a gallon of milk, half gallon of milk is really good for this one. Fill it up with sand or whatever you have around. Or, you guys know how much I love my backpack. So for this one, if I grabbed it by the handle, it wouldn't be much of a hinge. Okay, so what we want you to do, grab it by the straps. They go over your shoulders. And from here, everything remains the same. Put some stuff in there, give it a little extra resistance. Unlock those knees, push those hips back, keep everything square, tap the ground, and stand. Again, rep scheme remains the same, 10 and 10. All right, so once you are done with the backpack suitcase style deadlifts, we're going to move on to the third movement. And don't forget, give yourself about 50 seconds, maybe even a hair more, just depending on how much space and room you need to move around to the next movement. All right, so the third and final movement is the max plank hold. I love this one. I really do. So we're going to get into a plank position. From here, what I want you guys to focus on is squeezing, engaging that core. Abs, quads, glutes, squeeze, keep everything nice and tight. And I can't stress it enough, guys, make sure you're breathing. Breathe. Go to your happy place. I see a lot of people hold their breath trying to get through that minute. Just no need to do that. Breathe. It's going to make everything so much easier for you. Okay, so for the plank hold, we definitely have some different options for you. Put that back. Put that back. Okay, so for the plank hold or the top of a push-up, you want your hands to be underneath those shoulders. You want to be in a straight line. Okay, feet together. Squeeze, engage that core. From here, you hold. Now, if you prefer to go to the low plank, that's fine too. Again, elbows beneath those shoulders, that's what we want. Okay? Everything else remains the same. Squeeze, keep everything tight, and breathe. Hold, hold, hold. Now, if you're doing the low plank, I also want you to focus on pulling those arms, those hands towards you. All right? Engage and pull down. Pull. Hold, hold, hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And breathe. Make sure you can see that clock. 50 seconds of work. If you go a little longer, awesome. That's great. Now, if you want to mix it up a little bit, Low plank the first round, high plank the second round, and just alternate it. Completely up to you. There's no rules here that say you can't do that. Okay, so we've done the maximum up downs, we've done the backpack suitcase deadlifts, and we've done the max plank hold. Those are the 3 movements, 21 minutes. Again, about 50 seconds of work each time. All right, guys, 21 minutes, 7 rounds, that's going to do it. It's a really good workout. You're definitely going to be feeling it at the end. My name's Sam. I hope you had a great week, and we'll see you here soon. Have a great one.